YouTube changed everything. YouTube is fun, YouTube is smart, and YouTube is chaotic. It's a bunch of people talking at once, posting a million different things. From comedy skits to vlogs to game reviews, compilation videos, rants, everything and anything you can think of. And somehow it all works together on this silly little online platform. I grew up watching all of it. When I was younger, I stayed up at night watching YouTube on my iPad mini under the covers when I should have been asleep. I was obsessed with YouTube, not just with watching it, but I also wanted to join in on it. All I had was an iPod Touch with a camera and the iMovie app, but that's all you really needed back then. When I was 12, I started making YouTube videos myself. Not because someone told me to, and definitely not because they were good, but because I was watching YouTube every day and it just felt right to make my own. Sometimes I talked to the camera about what was going on in my life, or sometimes I just cut things together just to see how it felt. There really wasn't an audience, just me figuring things out. I made gaming videos, vlogs, and even dumb YouTube challenge videos that were popular at the time. I stopped eventually, not because I didn't want to keep going, but because life just got in the way. But I still loved movies and I still loved visual storytelling, so I applied to film school. I wanted to be a filmmaker, and I still do. I wanted to get better, to actually learn the tools to understand the craft, to do what I'd always been doing, just with a bit more direction behind it. Then a couple years into film school, another interest of mine crept up on me. Nothing huge, just the slow realization that I was spending more and more time thinking about cars. When I was out and about, I'd start naming cars that passed by. Malibu, Pilot, Elantra, Subaru, Camry. At first, it was just this fun little game I played. Then I realized I was actually learning something. Like without even trying, I was getting really into it. Learning about engines, memorizing trims. I could even recognize models by taillights or even door handles sometimes. And the more I learned, the deeper it went. I didn't grow up a car person, but it started feeling like a whole world I'd actually found and I really liked being in. I had this thing with YouTube going all the way back to when I was a kid, and now I had this strong passion for cars. So I started thinking, what if I didn't have to choose between them? I don't want to make tutorials for cars, I don't want to review brand new models. What I'm drawn to is the messy stuff about cars, the stories. There's this whole side of YouTube where people just dive into crazy car projects. They fly across the country to pick up an old beater and drive it across the country. They pull some forgotten car out of an old barn and see if it'll run. They trade up from a junk car to a nice sports car. It's unpredictable, a little unhinged, and super addicting to watch. It's not just restoration, it's problem solving. It's road tripping, it's storytelling. With tools, rust, and questionable decisions. That's the kind of content I want to make. Right now, I'm working on a project car of my own. It's nothing crazy, but I've been learning as I go. So far, I've replaced the battery, changed the spark plugs, fixed a door, changed the oil, and some other things. Most of it I've just figured out in my garage one step at a time. And now I'm finally starting to film a little bit of it. It's not perfect, I'm no pro mechanic yet, but I'm trying, and I like what it feels like when I'm documenting it. So yeah, I've been working on this project car, and I'm really excited to show you guys a couple of the quirks and features that I think are really neat in here. Like there's this analog screen down here. It's super retro, it shows stuff like fuel economy, but it looks something out of the Matrix. I mean, this car has a voice memo button. Who's using that? I have no idea, but I think it's great. These are the kinds of things I want to focus on in my own videos. Not just the repairs or specs, but the personality of the car. The stuff that makes it weird or unique or just fun to talk about. And check this out. Backseat climate controls? It's not a luxury car, but it's in this thing. I want to make videos where I get to point this stuff out. Where I get to say, look at this, isn't it cool? Even if no one else would usually care. Because if I'm excited about it, I figure someone else might be too. Like what happens if I buy a $500 car in Facebook Marketplace and try and drive it across the country? Or can I bring this car back to life that's been sitting for 30 years? Or maybe I trade for a car that's better and better until I have a sports car. Not maybe someday. Not once I'm ready. These are the kind of videos I'm working towards now. I'm building the foundation, learning, wrenching, and practicing, trying to figure out my own style. because the truth is, I've always been a person who likes to make videos, and now I know what I want them to be about. I want to film, I want to work on cars, and I want to tell stories. Thanks so much for watching.